day 12 of my walk to life, my journey to life series, blog and vlog series. And this blog is about being told that I look like a boy and what this triggered within me, and then what I wrote about in self-forgiveness. And so this started when I walked into work last night. The people that were in there said that I looked like a boy because my hair was pulled up tight. I had taken a shower, and my hair has been really short, so I've never been able to put it up like it is now for a long time. And so people are used to now with me having, short hair, but it, long, like not up, just like, I usually wear it half up, half down or something like that. But so anyways, I walked in with my hair really wet, and it was kind of like slicked back, and I had a headband in, and I had like this sweatshirt on, so I looked like a boy, like, whatever, I was just in sweaties. And so they were like, you look like a boy, what's going on with your hair, blah blah blah, and it was just kind of funny. But within me, I reacted to being called the boy, in like inferiority and kind of feeling less than them. And this was based on, through the forgiveness, this was based on a memory that I'm holding on to, or was holding on to, of when I was younger. I was a tomboy, and I would play with the boys outside, like in my neighborhood. I was very like into sports, playing sports all the time, and when I was really little, I used to wear no shirt and like run around with the boys with no shirt on. And I would have my hair short, so I was into boys, like boy things, doing boy stuff. And so my sisters and like people would just make fun of me because I was a tomboy. And so within that, just reacting to that word boy brought me back to that memory, and me, feeling less than people because I was made fun of and, seen as, less than a girl. Well, I took it and perceived this being made fun of as being seen as not really a girl, but less than a girl because I'm not girly. So I wrote forgiveness about that memory, and then how I'm holding on to the idea that because I am like a tomboy, or I was a tomboy, that I'm less than a woman, like now that I'm less than a woman. And I still hold this point because within myself I'm not very like feminine, like stylish, and wear makeup and spend time on my hair. I dress pretty comfortably, and I never wear makeup. Not never. I've worn like mascara to weddings and stuff, but I don't really do that anymore because of the animal abuse that is caused by it, and I don't think it's necessary to wear makeup. Although I do like to put mascara on sometimes when I go to weddings. But I probably will stop that because animal abuse is unacceptable. Anyways, so I never wear makeup like daily. So within myself, I've held on to this picture in my head of, this flawless, elegant-looking woman, and kind of upgraded it as I've walked my life and seen women that were this kind of picture of elegance and very feminine, but also like strong within themselves, like feminine but confident. And I always compare myself to this picture, and then when I see and like interact with these women that were like this, like the confident but very feminine, I would see myself less than them, and I would kind of submit to this feeling of being inferior to these women. And then also within the self-forgiveness, which was kind of interesting because I hadn't seen this point, but as I was walking the forgiveness out, I saw that I was actually creating jealousy and envy towards these women because the along with the perfect woman picture in my head, I have this picture of the perfect man, and this man is like my dream man, and he's like very clean cut, muscular built, dark features, and tall, very handsome, and you know, these are the kind of guys that I'm kind of attracted to and go for. My last boyfriend kind of looked like this, but that relationship ended. So, you know, defining myself by these pictures, and then within seeing these women and interacting them in real life, I would hold on to like resentment and jealousy towards them because I saw that these girls were able to get the, you know, this perfect man I have in my head, and I couldn't get him because I wasn't at that stature with these pictures of the perfect woman. And if I wasn't this perfect woman, there's no way I could get this guy who's the perfect guy in my head as a picture. So I would be like, first of all, I would be very shy and suppress myself and not really interact with these women because I'd see them as too, like, much too superior to me, and I would, like, submit myself, like, be afraid of them pretty much. And also the same with guys. If I saw that, like, these super, you know, dream guys that I've seen in my life sometimes, based on this picture, I'd be afraid to talk to him and approach him, and like if he somehow came and talked to me for some reason, I'd be like going crazy in myself and like wicked nervous, silly stuff. So it's just, you know, defining and comparing myself and other people with these pictures in my head, and then gauging who I'm going to be, if I'm going to be inferior or superior based on these pictures that I'm kind of comparing the life that I'm coming into contact with. So it's pretty much the same play out that I've been doing forgiveness on. It's just has morphed into a different kind of aspect within living. It's now based on women and men and who I'm attracted to, and then creating a competition as jealousy and envy towards women that I see as better than me, and then within women that I don't see as this perfect picture, I see myself as more than them. Then I go into superiority, and then I would go and approach men. So it's kind of just, it's the same kind of game, competing, trying to get my self-interest met, but also going to fear and not living, you know, as life and just enjoyment of living and expressing with other people as equals, but always being in my head and always in competition and reacting to these emotions that I'm feeling in regards to how I'm comparing myself to these people, to the people in my world, based on the pictures I'm holding on to and defining life by. So within the self-forgiveness and within the corrective statements, I saw that to stop these points is obviously to stop comparing myself to people, stop the pictures from directing me in my head, just allow them to float through and not participate in them. Because they're going to come up as they're now been programmed within me, so I need to just not participate in them and just let them go. And then eventually it decreases and you stop giving it energy, and then it will finally die out because there's no more energy that's being given to these pictures, so they'll lose its charge. So stopping participating in pictures, and also within meeting people that I have in the past defined by these pictures, walking as equal with them, practicing and pushing myself to walk equal and not be based on any kind of pictures, comparisons, competition, but living here within it as a quality. Even there's a point that Bernard said like a while ago about seeing people with just the bones, like not looking at pictures. It takes practice, and I'm still practicing that point because, obviously we all look different, but, just cool to focus on the point that we're all just skull and bones and, blood and skin, and that our pictures do not define who we are. It's like an idea that's just made up. So it's to stop participating in the ideas, stop reacting within the mind as emotions to these pictures, letting go of the picture, and standing here directing myself within equality towards any being that comes in my world, no matter what they look like, and really pushing and practicing this point of standing equal and one to all beings. And, as I practice this, see what comes up and see what still I'm reacting to, and still walk the forgiveness within this Journey to Life blog, so I can write it out. So it's kind of cool because you also, within opening up this point and starting to practice and stopping these pictures from directing you, and standing equal with people, you kind of open a new opportunity to see where you're reacting, where you can work on stuff where you're stable in, because before you hadn't gotten to that point where you're still seeing people and going to being inferior, superior, stopping that and walking equal with people. And as you walk equal, you can open up more layers and see still what you're reacting to. So then you kind of walk through your mind more and more as you start walking this process and participating in standing equal and applying yourself within the forgiveness statements and the self-corrective statements that you're walking, that you're writing and speaking. So this process is awesome. I mean, I can't say enough about it. It's really helpful in, becoming life here, not limiting ourselves based on pictures, because, everyone is here, everyone's living, everyone deserves to have a life here and be able to express themselves and be supported no matter who, what, where, when you come here, how you come here, where not how you come here, obviously we all come here through birth, but, everyone should be supported no matter what. We're, just living by simple principles. We're one as life. All of us here exist. All of us here should be supported, and we're equals as we're all here as life. So those are the only 2 points we have to live by. One and equal, and everyone's included in this. Everyone is supported. So, that's, we have to walk and actually live this. That's what the whole process is about, is changing ourselves physically, actually, through our words, through our walking, through our participation in living, and becoming living words instead of, directly, instead of having all sorts of, different meanings and definitions and reactions and emotions to words, but living words and just being direct within it, and living words that are best for all people. So I've written some blogs out on my other blog, Life Process blog, about redefining words, and I'll attach one of them here, so if you're interested in what I mean by redefining words that is best for all, you can read one of my blogs, see what it's about, because it's pretty important to understand and start to practice within yourself and your world, so we can be actually here, physical, living as ourselves, as what we say, as what we live, and directly, and be honest about it, be in truth. So, So I'll be pushing to stop reacting to words as like boy, you look like a boy, and things like that. Standing equal with all people within my world, and continuing to observe myself and see where I'm reacting and write it out. Do self-forgiveness, walk the correction, and keep on trekking in my process. So thanks for listening, and have a good night.